And what is up, guys? Average Gear Reviewer here, back again with another quick little unboxing for you. In this video, Remette reached out to me and asked me if I would take a look at their new knife that they've got out, and I didn't even know they had a new knife out, so I was like, absolutely. So it just arrived in the mail, so let's get into it. The best gear is the gear you have on. And what is up, guys? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, hey, welcome. Glad to have you. Hang around for a little bit. Watch me unbox this knife. Guys, if you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you guys. Keep commenting. Keep giving me ideas. Keep giving me feedback. I love it. I love the community that we're building. Keep it up, guys. So in this one, we're going to be using the Armiger 2, our little unboxer tool that we got from courtesy of Demko Knives. And let's just get right into it. So Remette had contacted me about this new knife they had, and I didn't even realize that they had come out with a new... Okay, so and let me explain a little bit more on this. It's not exactly a new knife, I don't believe. It's a new version of, yes, okay, so if you could see on the box there, it is the Remette Rhino, but this one's got a little bit of a surprise for us here. Whoops, that was upside down. So you will notice, okay, so in the box here real quick, looks like you have a T8 and a T6 little wrench there. That's pretty cool. And a nice big microfiber cloth, and we're just going to put those back in the box and never talk about them again. Okay, so what we really wanted to see, this is the Remette Rhino 0210 model. If you're familiar with the Rhino, you'll notice there is something missing on this one. There's no button lock, and it has a flipper tab. Okay, all right. I like that. What do you guys think? That's pretty nice looking. Yeah. It is I believe it's G10 handles they were saying, and D2 steel. I'll have to double check that, and I'll put a correction in if that's not right, but I believe they said it is a D2 steel. I know the let's see if it says on here anywhere. I know on the Rhinos, the version that I got came with 14C28N. So, ooh, that's got a nice feel to it, though. It's tuned very well for that flipper. But yeah, it looks nice. Looks like it's got a reversible pocket clip. Some T6 hardware, T8s. Yeah, nice looking little knife. It looks exactly like the Rhino, but just without the button lock. It's still got the nice contouring, nice grippy G10 scales, if you could see there. Got same good look as the Rhino. Okay, guys, and real quick, I just wanted to get the other Rhino that I have out so we can compare them. And you can see now this one was a little more expensive, and I guess this, okay, so I will get into this. The Remette Rhino that I got before, it runs about $55. I think these were like 55 bucks. Yeah. Got a super snappy little button lock on it. Very nice detent. It's really well tuned. I really like the Remette Rhino. I did an unboxing on this one, and I'll put a link to that video up here if you wanna check that video out. But this one has a 14C28N blade and the micarta handles, whereas this one has a D2 steel and G10 handles. Now this version of the Rhino, the 0210, which I'll leave a link for it down below if you want to pick one up, they're running about $40. So yeah, not bad at all for an entry-level budget knife. And you got the D2 tool steel G10 handles. That's yeah, that's a pretty good deal, you have to admit. And it's a little bit lower price point too than the Rhino was. I know a lot of people were thinking 55 bucks might be a little high for a brand you're not sure of, you haven't heard of. But they have some that are less expensive than these too, but this one for $40, man, that's hitting a really sweet spot in the budget EDC arena. So let's get into some specifications on it. Hey guys, Average Gear Reviewer here. I just wanted to hop back in really quick and say thank you so much for watching the video so far. I really appreciate it. If you like the video, if you like the Remette Rhino 0210, or if you just like me, or if you like the plaid shirt, leave a like down below. Please, it really helps us grow the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, brother, I don't know what you're waiting on. They're free. I can't make it any easier than that. It's free. Just click the button. You're automatically subscribed. Make sure that your notifications are checked so you get notified when we get new videos out. And let's get back into the video. So guys, as far as technical specifications, we are looking at roughly 3-inch knife. They're saying 2.99 inches is what they advertise, but it's a 3-inch knife. Overall, or 3-inch blade, sorry. Overall 7.3 inches. So that gives you like a 4.3 inch handle. And you're looking at, it does have D2 steel. Now, they are saying that the D2 steel has an HRC rating of 59 to 61. So I think that should be good, Brandon. I don't know what you think, man. Let me know in the comments down below. I think that should be sufficient for D2. You know, so I guess we'll see how that goes in the future. But you do have nice G10 handles. Really nice matte finish on the D2. But it does still have that, you know, it sort of still has that D2, I guess maybe like a satin matte kind of finish. And it's got this, you know, of course it does have this blade shape that's particular to the Rhino. I guess that's a drop point blade, but it just has like a little extra piece up here to the swedge. Has a little bit of jimping back here. Thumb stud deployable, and it also is flipper tab deployable when closed. They're saying that it does have, I believe it's got full steel liners, well, skeletonized steel liners, I'm sorry. Skeletonized steel liners, and you're going to get, looks like we've got T6 hardware and T8 pivots. We could check that really quick. Get the old article out. Oop. And okay, yep, T8 pivot. Not sure if it's captive. Let's see. Let's find out together, shall we? That is not a captive pivot. Unless I'm seeing it wrong. Is that, it's turning both sides, right? Maybe not. I can't tell if the other side's spinning or not. Okay, yeah, it is. It is for sure. Okay, so no, not a captive pivot. So you will need that included tool along with something else to work on your pivot there. It's got steel liners here. Like I said, skeletonized steel liners, and your liner lock. Nice and springy. It's got a good, it feels nice and sturdy. It's got a really good lockup to it. Real solid. Got a deep pocket, almost deep carry clip. You got about this much left over here. So almost a deep carry clip there. Stainless steel looks like, yeah, it's the same kind of brushed. Is that what I was trying to say? It's like a brushed stainless steel. Yeah, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words right now. These are polished, so that has a nice look to them. Okay, guys, so let me real quick give you just some of my first impressions on the knife. The G10 handles are done really well. I like the way that they're milled. They have a really nice, good ergos on this one. It just fits really well into your hand. Your finger fits right into this notch just perfectly, whether you're holding it right or left-handed. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned that before, but the pocket clip is reversible, so you can carry that right or left-handed. And with it being mainly flipper deployed, that would probably work for ambidextrous. I'm not really sure how hard a liner lock is to manipulate from the other side. I've never really tried to do it, but it does work. Yeah. Okay. There's something I did notice about this. With a lot of liner locks, you know, you'll get a, it'll usually have like a 2-stage drop on it, and this one doesn't. But when you hit that liner lock, you'll notice the flipper tab's going to come down. It touches you right on the thumb. That's when you know to move it, and then it will go ahead and close. So that's just a little tip for you. I'm not a huge fan of liner locks. There's just something about this being the only thing that's holding the blade closed. It's always just, I don't know, I've always had a problem with that. You know, that's more of just a preference thing, I guess. But I like how this one's done, and it does have a really good, like I said, it's got a good solid feel to it, you know. And again, this is just my initial impressions of this knife. I have not really had a chance to carry it or look at it. You know, just unboxing it. So, you know, don't take this as a full review. Don't take this as my totally completed opinion, because I'm just now kind of getting to look over it. But yeah, it does have that really cool blade shape that the Rhino has. I like it a lot. And guys, if you haven't seen the video already, I did an unboxing a while back on the Remette Rhino button lock version. And you know, you can see they are definitely the same knife. Now the Rhino, when I got it, was running about $55. It does have micarta scales and the 14C28N metal or steel in the blade with the PVD coating, which, being in the South, I like that a lot more than just a bare steel. You know, especially if it's not something super high corrosion resistance. That's one of the things that I'm not crazy about the D2, but really that's a preference because of where I live. And also, if you take care of it, you're probably not going to have any problems with it. It's just that that corrosion factor in the South is something that we really have to worry about. The humidity is just crazy. So you know, take that for what it's worth, and that's really just my opinion. And so take that for a grain of salt. But you know, you can see they are definitely the same knife. This one just has a little bit of the nicer extras. It has the button lock, titanium pivot collar, whereas this is more of a bare bones, I would think, sort of stripped down version. It's got a very nice action to it. It's very well tuned. If you use the thumb studs or the flipper tab, it just jumps right out there. It's got a good feel to it. It is a little stiff out of the box, but you know, guys, when you first get them out of the box, everything's going to be a little bit stiffer on them. You got to flip them a few thousand times. That's what I'm always telling Shannon. You know, you got to flip them a few thousand times before you really know. So that's why I'm constantly flipping knives. And so, yeah, we could do some size comparisons here. Of course, as always, the first one out of the gate is going to be the Spyderco PM3, the gold standard against which all other EDC knives are compared, right? Benchmade bug out. Got the Demko 8020.5. You can see it's a little bit on the larger end, I would say, of that EDC, middle EDC size. There's the Kershaw Iridium, which it's a little bit, you know, I think this is more a little bit comparable to this size, even though the handles on this are quite a bit longer. But yeah, what do you guys think about it? Have you checked out the Rhino at all? Have you checked out anything from Remette? You know, they are a Chinese company. You know, so if you have a problem with that, it may not be the thing for you. I think China makes great steel. They've got a lot of great knives coming out of there. So I don't have a problem with it. You know. But yeah, I really like the look of these. I just really dig that blade shape, and somebody in the comments can probably tell me what that blade shape is, but just that flat grind with the swedge and the two little humps up there. It's very unique, and I think that's one of the things that really makes them stand out. That and the fact that they're building some good little. Did you see me just try to close that button lock with the liner? It's so hard switching back and forth between knives. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but yeah, when you're switching up your carry knives all the time, you just do stupid stuff like that. I will say one thing. I love the fact they added a flipper tab to it. It just really changes the feel of the knife, and it's perfectly tuned for that flip. It's not so much of a button. You can button press it, but you gotta use a lot of force. It's more of a light switch, but the light switch is just like, whew, it's on. You flick it and it is on. See, can it index flick? Oh, there you go. Because everybody knows that's my favorite. It's my favorite deployment method. If it can't finger flick, I'm not gonna be into it. So guys, all in all, what I would say is I think that this is really sort of a budget entry version of the Remette Rhino. That's what they're shooting for, was just sort of a more stripped down, maybe more basic EDC, a little bit more affordable version, but with the same lines. The scales on the handle seem identical to me as far as the milling and the shape. I couldn't notice any differences in them. So, you know, you're still getting the basic shape, form of the knife. It still has the good action, but just, you know, you don't have the micarta. You get G10, which to me, that's, you know, kind of 50-50 there. And that really may come down to more of a preference than anything else. But, yeah, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think about the Rhino flipper. You know, if you have a Remette, what you think about their knives. I don't have a lot of experience with any other ones. The Rhinos are the only ones I've gotten my hands on so far. So I'm kind of curious to see if Remette's going to send me another one. If so, Remette, I'd love to get the WD-107, I believe is what it's called. Looks really cool to me. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you. And Average Gear Reviewer, I'm out of here. Oh, yeah. And here's some slow motion stuff. You're still here. Awesome. Listen, I was supposed to tell you something really important, and I have to tell you this. Don't forget to like the video. If you like the content, subscribe down below. Hit the subscribe button. Please, I'm stuck here until you hit the subscribe button. Please, please, I'm begging you. Please, you gotta let me out here. Just hit the subscribe button. Did you hit it? Did you hit it's right down here. Did you hit it? I don't know. I'm still here. Hello? Hello? Did you hit the subscribe button? Look, listen, I'm literally stuck here until you hit the subscribe button. Oh, stop. Yes, very soon. Listen, please hit the subscribe button. You did? You did hit it? Are you sure you hit it? Try it again. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong. Please help me. It's not